And Harvard certified strategist and leadership development consultant Dr. John Ekundayo joins me now to discuss the outcome of the Osun election. Good to have you join us, Dr. Ekundayo.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Let me start by asking your thoughts on two areas of this election. First, the conduct of the election by INEC, and then the outcome of the election itself, and if that's something you had projected, something you had seen would happen.
Let me just talk about INEC. Once again, kudos to INEC. Just like in Ekiti State, INEC has proved again that it can do better in 2023 general elections. And it's even getting better. A lot of improvement from Ekiti to Osun. So that's that on INEC. Kudos to INEC in that area. And I think by even civil society organizations and the observers also agree with that. Now, as for the outcome of the election, few days to that election, I foresaw something, that really happened. Let me just say this. And, because right now with the electoral heart, it's now, there are some things that politicians cannot try. Like days of yours, So the people now matters, and especially political party members. You see, there are two areas in Osun election that the APC had to take cognizance of. It is just unfortunate that it happened this way. You see, there were intra-party, conflict before this particular election that were left unresolved. Believe that way is inconsequential. It shouldn't happen. Like we are going to 2023 in all the states. Is a lesson to APC. In all the states where there are intra-party conflict, there should be a way of, they should have management experts, conflict resolution experts to go into these states and listen to sides. Ekiti State was able to learn, before the election, prior to the election, to manage the internal affairs very well. That was why SDP was, beaten to the second position, and SDP to the top. PDP to the top position. In Osun State, things were left to fester, without being attended to by the party, in Osun, and this actually, contributed to the loss. Imagine that.
And I want to stay with you on that issue, Dr. Ekundayo. I want to stay with you on that issue because this has now been regarded, a lot of people are now calling this a major political upset. It's not, it's not every day or in every election cycle you see an incumbent be defeated by an opposition party. We saw that with President Goodluck Jonathan, and you saw the buzz that also generated. This internal crisis of the APC was a state crisis. The PDP also had a national crisis that seemed not to have affected them at the state level. But when you look at all of these issues between the parties, how do you see that sort of playing into the 2023 elections if these issues are not resolved?
Well, inter-party crisis, that's one. The other aspect I wanted to actually mention is the people. You see, it is high time leaders felt, what the followers are actually feeling. You see, so months before this election, imagine in Osogbo, the seat of power. You see, we know Ede is the stronghold of the PDP, Adeleke being from Ede traditionally, that have been it. You see, but Osogbo, so knowing that, even that means even the feelers of the followers. So you listen to me on that. You see, and now we don't just have old electorates now. We have even young people now registering, getting their voters card. You can see the jubilation that came after. Is it mostly among the youths? So these are new trends now. We are having new people registering who have not been voting before, professionals who have not been voting before. Imagine coming out. But if the internal crisis have been resolved, now listen to this now. Who will be able to? It's possible to have a situation whereby you have APC members mobilizing their friends, their relatives, to garner enough votes, maybe closing in, and at the end of the day, maybe the margin will be small. I mean, it could be 2,000, 3,000, but APC, as the incumbent government in the state, should still have won the election. So that's the point that I'm making.
It does seem like, I mean, incumbency is not a guarantee for winning elections anymore. But do you also think that at the federal level, that because we're also, a lot of people have coming in from the, I think it was the Anambra election to the Ekiti election, as well as now the Osun election, that INEC seems to be improving. It does look like at the federal level, there seems to be, and I want to get your thought on this, if you think that maybe, for example, because a lot of people were talking about the power at the center, the federal might, that it looks like the president is trying to bequeath to the nation some kind of free and fair credible electoral process. Do you think that that's what's playing out in our election cycle, or if we might see something different in general election?
Let me just say kudos to the Buhari administration, for the electoral, for the signing of the electoral act, because it's giving our democracy credence more and more. You see, but now to the issue of something playing out about incumbency or not. You see, now for me, I would rather say as an analyst, what play out in Ekiti State, you see, is a thing that will play out at the federal level. How and what do I mean? You see, it will now depend on this character of the aspirants on the platform. It is no more, we are no more dealing with President Muhammadu Buhari. It is, who is on the ballot.
That will matter. And I think that you've also spoken to, sorry, we have to go. But I think that you've raised a very key issue. The people matter now, and we're beginning to see that the people matter. And I hope that, politicians will focus on that. Thank you so much for, I'm sorry I have to interrupt you because we have to go. I'm Harvard-certified strategist and leadership development consultant, Dr. John Ekundayo. Thanks for talking to us.